Hello BC, Big Star 1000s. This is a new installment of Revolutions, a series focusing on recently spun records, moving away from new vinyl finds because we can't do that all the time. Obviously, you have to buy records to sustain that kind of thing. Today, I decided to just put some records on and or on screen. I mean, on camera, because I know people dig that. It's cool. Well, I dig that too. I like watching those videos. So I'll get started with I've got a bunch of records at my feet, and I'll just try to change through them um, fairly quickly. This morning I spun "Time Is a Mountain" for the first time in a few months probably. Time Is a Mountain is a Swedish band. Uh, I think Anders in Stockholm plays with some of the guys on this, or has played with them, or knows them. Or Anders, if you watch this, please feel free to interject. This is a record from 2013 on Hepna. Only 300 copies, and it's wonderful. It's a three-piece: keyboards, bass, and drums. I would call this progressive space jazz. Yeah, I call it space jazz because it's got this sort of kind of spacey, kind of psychedelic, progressive feel to the jazz, you know. But it's jazz, it's fusion, and it's very good, very, very good. Time Is a Mountain is the band and the record. This morning I also pulled out this wonderful MPS Brazilian release. These images on guitar by Ben Powell. Ben Powell is a guitar player from Brazil. Just amazing guy. This has got a sort of beautiful bossa jazz, bossa jazz kind of light and airy feel. It's just lovely. It's a wonderful record. I have a ton of Ben Powell. I have so much of it, and sometimes when I don't know what to play, I just put this on in the background. It's just superb. This was recorded in 1971, and it's got kind of a full band. You can see there's a lineup, bass and percussion and drums. Just a sublime kind of, bossa jazz. That's the best I can say. It's very atmospheric, mostly acoustic, mostly instrumental. That's what I meant. All right, here's an Australian Grail, super cool record. One of the best examples of Australian jazz. It's the Judy Bailey Quartet with Colours. It's just a monster record, basically. Judy Bailey, she's a pianist. She's originally from New Zealand, and on this, she plays with a quartet. Obviously, there's 4 songs. This is an original press on Eureka. This is $100 worth of record, which I got for $12 in a local record store because they probably didn't know what it was. It's just it's super Rhodes heavy. Tons of Fender Rhodes on this. Tons of electric piano. Drums are funky. It really is a kind of a jazz funk fan's wet dream. This thing is brilliant. It's from 1976, from Australia. Next, last week I put a video of my spin clean. I got this spin clean system that my wife bought for me for my birthday, and I cleaned a lot of records. And one of the records that I meant to clean was was this Radiohead live kind of EP. It's called "I Might Be Wrong." Live recordings by Radiohead. This was recorded. This is basically songs from Kid A and I think Amnesiac. And this was recorded in 2001. Yeah, so it's got songs from National Anthem and Morning Bell, Idiotech. I love Idiotech. What a great tune! I think it's probably my favorite song on Kid A, Idiotech. So it's a great record, and the version of Idiotech there is brilliant. Really dynamic and it's great. So it's a live record, yeah, but it works really well. Where was it recorded? Recorded in Oxford, Berlin, Oslo, and Vaison-la-Romaine in France. Yes, it's a compilation kind of thing. The other day, inspired by my good pal Andrew Chamsound, we were just vibing online together, and he pulled out his copy of Neil Young Zuma and made me want to play mine. It's not an album that I reach for very often, Zuma. I am more a tonight on the beach kind of a guy. Definitely on the beach. My favorite Neil Young. But Zuma came out in 1975. 5 years, that's right. So it's the year after On the Beach. It's fantastic. It's got some great songs like Causes the Killer and Barstool Blues is great. And it's just great album. No introduction needed. Neil Young, beautiful. Totally in love with this record at the moment. It's fantastic. Don't know. It's a rediscovery. I was at the flea market a while back with James Buttery, and I came across a copy of it's a very nice, almost mint copy for a very reasonable price of Songs in the Key of Life, which was a Stevie Wonder album that I knew well, but never owned on record for I don't know why. I'm a big fan of the classic period of Stevie Wonder, Talking Book, Music of My Mind, Songs in the Key of Life, fulfilling this first finale, and obviously Inner Visions. But this is just it's an album that is just so perfect. It hits the right spots in every possible way. It was a very ambitious, very expensive album. But Sir Duke, if you don't believe me, play this song called Sir Duke. I know a lot of you will be fans of this. I mean, it's nothing obscure or anything. And at the moment, again, I'll name check Andrew Chamsound because I know he's a big fan. At the moment, I'm having a bit of a Marvin Gaye phase of sorts. Listening to a lot of Marvin Gaye recently, and this was sent to me by Chris for 127 Baskets as VCLT. So thank you, Christoph. It's a lovely album, and it's brilliant. Marvin Gaye. So listening to quite a bit of Marvin Gaye at the moment, and I'm talking about Marvin Gaye in my next vinyl finds. I think a little bit. I'm getting a bit sick, so I apologize. Next, I've been playing the shit out of concert recently. I don't know. Just such a great record. This is the kind of records that you forget you have. You don't. I'm not going to pull it out of the packet. What it looks like. It's a very famous story. The Colin concert. he was sleep deprived and he was really um, not in a good way. And he arrived in Cologne and he found that the piano that was available in the concert hall was pretty shit, really. The high and the low keys were not to his convenience, so he improvised everything in the middle keys, and like it's just fantastic. The improvisation level is just it's off the charts. It's amazing. ECM, it's the most famous ECM record there is. Full stop. I mean, it's the one that everybody's got. Nothing groundbreaking here. I'm just saying. I've been playing it. I've been enjoying it. Nothing new. It's just the other day I pulled this another Aussie jazz grail here. The exciting Daley Wilson Big Band featuring Kerry Biddell. This is the best and hardest to find Daley Wilson Big Band. Daley Wilson Big Band are a big band. Obviously, you can see that. This came out in the early 70s. It has lots of really amazing breaks on it. Notably famous for being used on the infamous by Mobb Deep, New York hip hop group. Yeah, great band. Another super sampled record. This is a kind of segue of sorts. I was playing my copy of Evolution by Dennis Coffey and the Detroit Guitar Band. Instrumental guitar funk, basically. This is on Sussex. It's an original press. You can see it's well worn. And this was released in the year 1970, very early. I love the Sussex label. Very early 70s, I would think. Even late 60s, quite possibly. Yes, very cool guitar funk. Moving on. Here's a great record that I pulled out the other day, just for the hell of it. Is Shine On Brightly by Procol Harum. Not a big, massive fan of Procol Harum, but this is a US or Canadian press, perhaps? Canadian press, there you go. Dr. Deadworks, if you're watching, it's from your neck of the woods, Toronto. This is a fantastic Procol Harum record. It really is just darn good music. It's just psychedelic in a way only the English can do. You know, it's this pastoral English psychedelia, which has got nothing to do with the American psychedelia. It's almost, well, it is progressive in its own in its own kind of way. All right, a few more. This one I pulled out the other day too. I really enjoyed. Another ECM classic, special edition, Jacques DeJohnette, ECM from 1980. Killer lineup. Jacques DeJohnette, David Murray, Arthur Blythe, and Peter Warren, and some great songs. Two John Coltrane covers, renditions. Fantastic jazz. I mean, what can I say? Here is a quintessentially English record that I really love. It's The Rise and Fall of Madness. Madness are a ska kind of a band from London. And this is just a great concept record. Came out in 1982 on Stiff. Just so much flair. I just love this record to bits. It is English in the same way as, say, Park Life is English, or the Kinks and the Village Green Preservation Society. That kind of, you know, quintessential Englishness about the music. This is fantastic. Recommend it to. Don't think ska, because this is not a ska record at all. It's just a beautiful sort of UK alternative record from the 80s. That's one can see. It's got Our House on it, which is a massive song, but probably not the best song. I mean, Primrose Hill is great. Mr. Speaker gets the word. No, I can't get the word. I was playing also this classic progressive funk record, Africa, by Demon Fuzz. Classic sleeve, classic on Janet's Records. Really, if you don't know this, just check it out on YouTube. I'm not going to say too much about it. From the year 1971, I think. 1971, yeah. There were a bunch of sort of West Indian musicians in London. Speaking of English musicians, kind of a segue of sorts, I've been playing quite a bit of the Gang of Four recently, and especially this one, which is Solid Gold, which is the follow-up to the Great Entertainment. This is a fabulous record as well, just as good, really. I mean, it's from 1981, and you know, I mean, it's got Paralyzed, it's got, you know, Outside the Trains Don't Run on Time, It's in the Army is fantastic. It's a great record. I've been playing a lot of this, which I showed you in my recent vinyl find, Donny Hathaway Live, which was recommended to me by Champ Sounds. It's a fantastic record, and got me into my Marvin Gaye phase, because it's got a cover of What's Going On, which opens the record, and I the urge to listen to Marvin Gaye. A few more. I hope I'm not boring you. This is a fantastic record. This is the Detroit Jazz Composers Limited, Hastings Street Jazz Experience. This was a it's on Midnight. It was on Midnight Record. It's a reissue. You can tell it's so shiny and everything. Came out in 1976. It's a big band. You can see how big the band is. It's just lots and lots of people. They're from Detroit. Spiritual big band, basically jazz. It's a monster record, really. I mean, you can get a reissue of this quite easily. An original. I'm not made of money, and I want to hear it, so I buy a reissue. That's what I do. Don't care what you think of me. Some classics. I played this twice yesterday through. Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. Yes, you've heard right. I love this record. It's just a really brilliant record. Absolutely sort of bona fide classic. But not just classic, just has such depth of vision. I mean, at the time it was released, it was the most expensive record to date. I think it was $1 million for 1979. It was unheard of, really. I mean, just a sublime record. I partially love Sarah on it, which is the last song on side A. Obviously, the title track is fantastic. Tusk with its marching band around the stadium. We've all seen that video, I think. Most of us have. What's happening there? It's a bit. And I'll finish off with this one. I've been playing this yesterday. I played this yesterday as well, or this morning, perhaps. This is Ian Stooges' Raw Power, which is a classic record, really, a punk, pre-punk, proto-punk classic. You know, I think this is the Bowie mix. Yes, it is the Bowie mix. Because this record is funny. I mean, if you read the story about this record, it came out in '73, and when Iggy recorded, when the record was recorded, they had a 24-track studio available, and they put the bass and drum on one track together, bass and drum, guitar on one track, and vocal on one track, and they had like 21 tracks free. And Bowie tried to mix it, and the best thing he could do is actually just push the vocals up a bit. But Iggy mixed it as well. There's an Iggy mix where everything is in the red, like he put everything into 11, and everything is sort of really high up. So you can get both mixes. This is the Bowie mix, which is more subtle, a bit more listenable. Anyway, just a roundup of some records, 20 minutes. It's not too long. Hope you enjoyed and interact with me. Love you guys.